Legend to the War here, and today we've got a saving disaster situation playing as Ivres, where he's managed to confederate Tyrion and is making an attack on the Moon Shard. He landed on the coastline and then wasn't able to attack. And this fleet here doesn't have enough movement to join him. And what ends up happening over the end turn, this army comes over to join and he can't manage to win the situation. So I'm just going to read out the email real quick and then we'll try to figure out a solution. So he says, "Hey Legend, I was rolling through my Eltharion campaign and thought to get a jump on the Cult of Pleasure with Tyrion. I'd moved him into position off the coast and then used going to war with Marathi to confederate Alariel. Stupid me, it appears you cannot attack the Moonshard and land on the same turn. This allows another army to come in that has more experience and is faster and able to overrun my forces and pinning me down quickly. I'm build for corner camping with Tyrion pulling their fast units early, but they mostly ignore him and go for and overwhelm my lines, even when I checkerboard. I tried rushing over another army that was recruiting to support, but I couldn't get it to land. This should be able to be won, but I either have bad micro or bad tactics that just prevent me from turning a close defeat into a victory. Can you help?" Okay, well, let's have a look here. So looking at the equipment that he's got, it's like the first thing I look at these days now, because honestly, this looks pretty good. So Talisman of Preservation, Potion of Healing, got all that stuff, that seems fine. Shield of the Merworm, yep. Hand weapon, I don't think there's anything here that's going to matter. Dawnstone, bit of extra barrier, Cloak of Beards, Scroll of Lycos, yep. Accursed Armor, this is one of the, I think, the new purple ones, I haven't seen it before. This character will be wounded instead of killed. So that if we lose the battle, at least she survives. She'll be revealed, 200 extra armor. So that basically gives her essentially maximum armor. Because any more than 200, the only time it's going to be worth it is if they debuff your armor. You lose 50% speed, but she's level 1, so she doesn't have a mount anyway. Lose 50% speed, lose 20 melee attack, gain 20 melee defense, physical resistance plus 10%. Right. Right, this could actually be really useful because this will give her a lot of durability. We could hopefully use her as a front line. Like, that kind of melee defense is really bloody good. She's not going to dish out much damage. Not with that kind of melee attack, but she can keep the enemy at bay for a really long time. Opal Amulet, extra melee defense, Book of the Phoenix, give her hit points, and also the ability to possibly revive from death with that. That's actually really bloody good. Okay, but yeah, we can see here we can't move. Even if we went to Force March, no, we're not going to be able to get out of there anyway, because we're stuck within the zone of control. And we can't launch the attack here. So, with this one, can you go into Force March? No. No. There's no way to get this on the land, and I can't use the movement bug because I need to be able to recruit in order to do that. What about you? You're recruiting? Oh, we probably only just she only just captured the settlement, so movement bug. Actually, the movement bug can work here. It actually can. I'm not gonna do it. It's just, this is what I would have to do to use the movement bug. I'd have to recruit a new lord here, transfer all of the units out of the army, except for Alariel, and then switch her mount, and then save it, and then, no, I won't even need to save it. Why don't I just show you? I'll undo everything that, I'm not actually gonna do it, I'll just show you how I could exploit my way out of this. Okay, we'd have to gotta cancel the recruits first.
Queen of Avalon, Master of High
Like I said, I'm not actually going to do it. Just recruited a lord that he already had. So you see here we can't move. Hang on, I got to recruit. No, I got to change them out first. Yep. Then I got to recruit. See how that white line turned around? And then I got to change them out again. And then I should have full movement. Yep. Okay, well Alariel can make it over here to assist. But like I said, I'm not going to do that. I just wanted to see if that would work, but we'll see. Okay, and leave her recruiting that there. Yeah, the rest of the army I won't be able to move, but yeah, I just wanted to see if I could do it. All right, looks like we'll just hit the end turn and we'll just see how we go. Typically speaking, like I don't care if anyone wants to use a movement bug, but I'm not going to use that to sort out any disasters, because honestly the amount that you can do with movement bugs trivializes the game. Like what would have happened there? Because if I had brought Alariel in, her supporting Tyrion makes a big difference, because then we have got a heal wizard plus a flying mage. Let's have a look what happens here. I mean, unless she had lightning strike, which she doesn't. Alright, well, we've got a close defeat there in auto resolve, like he said. We've got one option here to back off. If we back off, we shouldn't have to fight the settlement garrison, but it depends on how far back we go. So that just gets rid of, is that 7 additional units. We're still going to be outnumbered. Because it's not like this is the most fantastic army ever. Let's back off. Ooh, we might be pushing it with that. Oh, good. This settlement garrison didn't show up. Good. Okay, also, what's the battle difficulty on? Okay, it's on maximum. Alright, well, we definitely need speed on Tyrion. We need that there. Speed for you. Not for you, though. Oh, no, other way around. And then we've got the Horn of Isha, which pop that down on... Hang on, let me look at this. Extra melee attack and reload skill. Just put that down on just random one. What? Actually, no, you know what? The artillery. I reckon utilizing the artillery a bit better could come in handy. It's not that big of a deal, that banner, but a bit of extra... I mean, melee attack's not going to be very useful for it. I can, you know, if I put... It's in its effect range, so if I put it on this one here, I'll just keep that one close to both of them. That way, the effect will apply on both of them. Alright, let's see how we go there. Yeah, if we had Alariel here, we would definitely be able to handle this. Like, he would have been able to handle it. Alright, so... It's also good that the smaller army comes in first. They'll probably wait for their reinforcements to show up. That gives us time to generate some magic. Also, this isn't on legendary difficulty, and even if it was, like, when you landed, you could have just, like, oh, whoops, and just loaded. Like, no one's looking. So, he saved the game and then was like, oh, shit! Also, it's not on legendary difficulty, so don't you have, like, incremental saves, so you could have gone to a previous save? I don't know. It's fine. I appreciate people sending in the save file nonetheless. I'm just curious. Like, when someone does this on legendary difficulty and they're stuck in a battle, I'm just like, yeah, I get you. Alright, so we want Tyrion to get up in their face right away. You're going to be here. So he built up for corner camping. This... I didn't see what the other map was going to be like, but this map here is not too bad. Best spot is right here, not back here. Because this hill here will give them cover unless we're sitting on it. So we need to go back there. Yeah, also, with them not rushing at us to begin with, that gives us time to get set up. Alright, put the ones with shields up front.
Understood.
Checkerboard is definitely the right way. I think I'll triple line.
Loyal Guardian. Northern Seaguard.
Sort of. More like, even more than that. Can I just move up a little bit more? Because, yeah, since they've got a melee-focused army, checkerboard is definitely the right way to go about it. And we've just got to do our best to make sure that they're as distracted as possible. Okay. Oh, hang on. That's not right.
It shall be done.
Okay. It's a little bit of a square. I usually want it to be a little bit wider than that, so what we want to do is start moving some of these ones just around here just a bit.
Understood.
Yeah, I think that's a bit better. Because if you've got them too far back, then the ones at the back aren't going to be able to shoot as often as the ones that are a bit closer to the front. And if they get to this line back here, we're dead anyway. All right, so just keep it. Oh, hang on. You actually need to be close to them. Don't because you've got a 35 meter. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna do this. Go like this, and then maybe like that. That should. Yeah. Okay. Good. That works for them. But then, hang on, you're gonna need to move more forward.
Without fail. It will be done.
That's a bit too close to the back line there. Could.
Eagle claw.
Hang on. Got a bit more of an idea. I want this formation to be as good as it possibly can be. What if we do it that way? Hang on. What if I just move this over a little bit like that? Okay, that should work. Move these ones back just a little bit. Like this. And like this. Spending way too much time on this particular formation. Okay, good. That's working for it. Just move that a bit more over. Cool. Alright, and then you out front. We should have time to move them back onto this position here. And we'll send them to go and harass the enemy forces to begin with. Okay, you go over to there. Make sure they're all on guard mode, and you just stay right there. All right, let's go. So obviously, bounce battle is in our favor at the moment. I imagine they're just going to wait for their reinforcements because the advantage is not theirs right now. It'd be really good if we can get them to start marching towards us before their reinforcements come in. That way, these ones will come in over here, and they'll just get obliterated straight away.
It is done. To glory. Very well.
So you send Tyrion straight into melee here. Oh, did actually dodge it. Okay, top priority should be getting rid of the shades, I think. Actually, no, top priority should be killing the enemy lord. Thinking. Now, if I use Chained Lightning, that's definitely... Hang on, let me have a look at the cost of these spells. So we got 4 Winds of Magic compared to 11. Okay, this is going to be much cheaper. Because we don't have Arcane Conduit on this one. So we're not going to be able to cast super quickly.
I shall.
Definitely good to hit the Demonettes with that. Oh, I didn't get it around in Thunderbolt, that would have been really good. It's a very good spell in Warhammer 3. Doesn't have the Heart of Avalon yet either. But this is good so far. I mean, here comes their reinforcements, but we're in a pretty good position to mess with them. Yeah, keep trying to kill a Lord. If we can make sure their spellcasters don't make it to the front line, that'd be great. It'll also be good to capture one of them, but let's not prioritize that just yet. Alright, that's all visible. So they should be making their way over here. We need to use that shot. Bounce Power is definitely not in our favor. But if we can mess them around here enough, I reckon we can get it to at least be evenly matched. It was definitely a good idea not to fight that first battle because, yeah, we would have just been too badly overwhelmed. And the bigger army would have come in first. Try to get rid of the Demonettes as a bit of a priority. Just because of their speed. Actually, the Doomfire Warlocks are annoying as well, but I don't think I can do much about that. Yeah, it might seem weird not to use the Chain Lightning, but I would use it if our magic generation was faster. Since nothing here has got any armor, this spell's actually working quite well for us. And Chain Lightning has a habit of, like, you cast it and then just moves directly out of the way, and it's more than twice as expensive as a spell. That is a good blob over there. Almost killed one of their lords. Why is he not hitting her?
Sunfang lusts for battle. Glory awaits.
I want to get her, but we don't want something like this happening where she's surrounded by other units, and then we just don't end up hitting her. Okay, she got 500 health left. Okay, this is our chance. Got her. Good. She is not dead. She's actually been captured. You get hit by a fireball or something. Alright, so we've killed one of their lords, so they've got a leadership debuff. Bounce power still not in our favor, but it is improving.
Honor bound.
High mage, onward, setting forth. Going abroad.
Keep focusing on trying to kill that wizard there. Yeah, if the what's it called? Flock of Doom in all of this, she could do a lot of damage over the course of the battle, but I don't think she's going to get there. Tyrion is right on her ass. Haven't really gotten rid of a lot of the shades. Haven't done a whole lot of kills, but we've done a lot of damage. Alright, Sisters of Slaughter, they're high physical well, they've got some physical resistance and no armor, so they're really good for this one here because it does no armor piercing. Yeah, if they were clumping around Tyrion, absolutely we should use the chain lightning, but that's not what they're doing. They're just trying to avoid him. Ah, they are trying to shoot at her. Okay. Alright, she dead. Okay, both their lords are gone. Still bounce powers not. Oh. Yeah, okay. I didn't realize that was going on. Fucking shades. So yeah, I tell you what, that probably didn't actually end up helping all that much because all of that armor would have been pretty much useless there. Maybe I should have moved her back. Man, she's moving super slow now. She can technically still revive if she gets fully killed. So we'll just see how we go with that. I didn't even know that was going on because I was focusing on this stuff over here. Right, we really need to be focusing in on these shades. So yeah, 50-50 chance when she drops down to 10% health, which is pretty close to it, that she'll get... Let's see, how much health back? 24%. But legit, it said 12! Yeah, but it's got 2 ticks of it. Whatever the number of seconds are, you just add in an additional tick, because you gotta count the 0 second as well. This is why I always say, like, life leeching is 2.6 winds of magic, because it lasts for 26 ticks, or 25 seconds. Because again, you gotta count the 20, you gotta count the 0. I can't dodge that. So Tyrion's in good shape. Bounce power's improving, and it's good that they're kind of coming at us in waves. Keep these shades back as much as possible, and if they just keep coming in like this, this is looking real good. Do this to try to knock them down, so they just take longer to get over here.
My power is yours.
Heir of Anarion, forward at once.
Yeah, just keep using the Wind Blast, because if I use Chain Lightning, we're just not going to be able to cast as many spells. This is really handy for just knocking them on their ass, slowing them down ever so slightly. Good, Tyrion's annoying him. Alright, so we do want this one here to die, so it heals. But I'm only going to risk it the once. It's 50-50 chance. Okay, let's see what happens. About to drop down. Yeah, we can't dodge that spell. Stop that one over there if you could. Okay, this one's taking too much damage. Let's move it to the back. Shoot them there if you could. Yeah, they are just ignoring Tyrion. We have to rely pretty heavily on our archers now.
My power is yours. Seeking the foe, making my way. Setting forth.
We'll just look at this over here. Get them to shoot into there if we could. That would be good.
It shall be done.
They're refusing to engage with this single entity. With our hero there. Yeah, we need someone to charge into them to make sure they activate their skirmish mode to fall back a little bit. She definitely healed somewhat. I thought she would have healed a lot more than that, though.
Spellcaster. Effua, bend to my will.
Maybe I should get her out of there. If it triggered once, that's good enough, I guess. I just didn't realize it had.
Onward. Maintaining order.
Just keep them disrupted. Make sure no units get wiped out. Move just that one back. Most of their demons are gone. I knew that these bloody shades were going to give us the shits.
Lakoi Soraya.
And there's the army losses. Cool. Alright, your army's in... yeah, it's not the best shape ever.
For duty, it will be done.
But I think delaying them as much as we did, just with the wind blasts and with Tyrion being as annoying as hell as possible, that made a big difference. Because yeah, as soon as the shades started showing up, they were ripping us to pieces, but they showed up so late in the battle.
It shall be
And
done.
these here, they did a decent amount of damage. I'm just not sure if that was like hugely worth it.
Without fail.
Yes.
I don't think any units got wiped out. I know one of these units left the battlefield. I think it's had about 14 units left on it. Just not entirely sure. But yeah, those forces could have very easily like torn us to pieces if they had come in at full strength, or if they had come in earlier.
As you say.
I think by having... oh god, I didn't do that one very well. By having the other army attack first, they stayed behind, wait for the reinforcements, and that gave us a lot of time to mess with them. And I also think that the Wind Blast was the right call as well, because we just wouldn't have gotten as many casts of Chain Lightning, and
Araya Menlui.
like it's a good spell, but unless they're going to specifically blob up, it's very unreliable, where this is very reliable. It's only 4 winds of magic, that's really quite cheap. Alright, I'm just going to pause the recording as I run these down. Okay, and there we got a close victory. I used the potion of healing on Tyrion, so he'll be at full health. But yeah, it may have been better to put the potion of healing on her. That being said, I just don't know how many times it triggered to get that revival, because she went down to like 400 health, and then I looked at her again, she was at 600 health, so I feel like it went off once. I must have just missed it. Yeah, the damage is really lopsided, but that's going to happen when you use checkerboard formation. It's really hard to ensure that you get an even spread of damage across your units. Alright, if we choose replenishment there, that keeps us in reasonably good shape. And I doubt that they're going to make another attack on us over the end turn.
Slaves are always useful.
I guess the next thing I'm curious about is how much movement is Tyrion going to have next turn? Because when you land like that, it uses up essentially your next turn's movement. And will withdrawing from that first battle ensure that we can't capture the Moon Shard? Probably, it's unlikely. I mean, the other army is there. We should be able to attack with that one if Tyrion's got like, I think 5 move points left. Oh, okay. Another disaster. Warp bomb. You don't have any speed on this one. Ugh. Outnumbered by 3 units. And the problem here is the warp lightning. I think we should back off. I have no idea what's going on in this section of the campaign.
Another time,
Okay,
villain.
lucky you didn't get attacked there. Yeah, that was tactically fucked. If you had the hero was on a fast mount, then I probably would have gone for it, but just captured Elon. Okay. So,
Protector of the Everqueen.
interesting. He's got all of his movement. I wonder if the fact that we got pushed back actually sort of reset his movement for this turn. And this one here got a little bit of movement. Highly advised attacking with this one. That way Tyrion won't be able to reach her, but at least you could
Foolishness.
sort of meet up with Alariel sooner.
Alariel the Everqueen.
And yeah, Alariel can come up over this way.
Whoever
But yeah, Tyrion should have no problem reinforcing if he just moves one tile over this way. Oh, what? Oh, okay. Oh shit, I don't know what he wants. The best one, in my opinion, is... Let's see. Campaign movement range is useless. This is for the hero. Speed's good. Melee defense, physical resistance, control local province, or Mistwalker's Shadow. I reckon this one here is the best one. Although speed definitely isn't bad. Because, yeah, it's not going to improve the campaign movement range for the army unless it's the Lord. So, yeah, I think go with this one. And then we just move tile over here.
Servant of the king.
Bring them
Okay, reinforces.
the winds of
Alright, so we want to make sure that she here has that potion of healing. Oh, she's on a steed now. Well, I can heal her to full without the potion of healing. Oh, no, that's not what I need to do. Yeah, all we're going to do is this. So that was the one that we just got to Mistwalker. All we're going to do is...
I cannot.
Well, you know what? We don't need to cheese this. Just take that potion of healing. I don't think Tyrion's going to need it. Where is it? So the reason why you... Actually, why don't you have the Heart of Avalon? What's going on with that?
Of the heavens.
He's not high enough level to get the mission for it. So for this mission, you need to have the Shrine of Cain. That's why he doesn't have it.
Strike
So you'll
them
get it
down.
after win this battle, that's for sure. And... No, auto-resolve no good. Alright, fight it manually then. Also, because this one here had all of her movement and was still able to attack, she shouldn't have depleted movement next turn. It's only if you, like, land when you've got next to no movement left. If you've got any, like, green area when you're about to land, you shouldn't have depleted movement next turn. Which, again, it was surprising that Tyrion did have it. I didn't have depleted movement, that is.
Eagle claw.
So... Okay, they're going to wait for their reinforcements, so should we. Because yeah, I just want to make sure we do a good job. Obviously, it was a decisive victory in auto-resolve, but if a unit gets wiped out, that's not ideal. It's kind of interesting how the Potion of Healing provides battle healing cap, but a Potion of Healing can't heal beyond your healing cap anyway, so it's only really useful if you've got another type of regen. Hang on. Wait. I thought they weren't going to advance.
With me to victory.
But luckily, we do actually have another type of healing, and that battle healing cap is going to almost get it to full health.
Heir of Anarian. Happy to serve.
Awaiting orders.
No mercy. Understood. For order. Acknowledged.
Obviously, not a huge amount of time to set up with this one, but make sure our damage units stay at the rear.
Spellcaster.
Oh yeah, quicker if we go over to her.
Senui.
Because yeah, even on horseback, she's like ridiculously slow. That's actually hilarious. I think that's not her. 34 speed, even on the horse.
On the way.
Loyal. It will be done.
Assur Archmage.
The Reaper.
Well, Tyrion did a great job of holding them back this time.
Sister of Avalon. I go then. Ephua, bend to my will.
Yeah, all that extra armor isn't really helping against the Dark Elves here, just because of all the armor piercing that they've got.
Shield of the Ever Queen. Honor bound.
I summon the winds.
See, that's what we would have wanted in the previous battle, them doing this. Now I can actually justify popping this down. Plus, this one here would have Arcane Conduit, Yeah, because she's a lord. The heroes don't get Arcane Conduit by default. I wonder if Comet of Cassandra might even be better there. Yeah, that's much better for a Chain Lightning.
Behold my power!
So just keep that healing coming. Watch out, those shades getting dangerously close. Let's try to knock them down so that they stop shooting even for a moment. Because yeah, they can't fire when they're like that.
My power is yours. Moving out for the Ever Queen.
Yeah, they're trying to shoot
Sir Archmage.
this hero.
Warrior maiden. For order. Ulfwan Mage. Setting forth.
Yeah, I'll use a Comet of Cassandra. This should actually hit the army losses, I reckon.
The most potent spell.
So yeah, I'm not using them just because I don't really need to.
Observe my radiance.
Cool. Now that army was involved in the previous battle, so it gets fully wiped out. If Tyrion goes and kills her, though, we'll get more loot money for the end of the battle. And I'll just pause this while they run away and just try to heal our characters here as much as we can. Well, Tyrion just knocks her down a hell of a lot, and I've used up all of my magic. So, yeah, didn't kill her. It's so much easier to kill them when they're actually on horseback. Because, yeah, you can't knock them down that way. Because when they're knocked down, they're invincible. It's annoying. We've seen this happen hundreds of times now. It's just nothing to do about it. Only took 8 casualties there, so that's good. No post-battle loot option in this battle for replenishment. And it seemed like the one that took casualties was actually Tyrion's army, but at least the army itself was, well, the heroes were healed. Yes, this army's fine.
They will know
That'll get wiped out. And then, yeah, I was hoping Tyrion might be able to basically slingshot a little bit because of the free movement you get around the settlements, but not enough to catch that one there. But she's in much better shape now, and I mean, you can always take off the accursed armor if you don't like how that's going. But yeah, quite interesting with that one. Because I've spoken about the Wormslayer sword in a previous disaster, and I didn't like that one because it lowered melee defense and massively increased anti-large. But this one here, reducing melee attack and providing a lot of extra melee defense, I find that to be really significantly more useful because you can use it as an absolute tank, especially with a character that's not supposed to be used as a tank. Getting her to 88 melee defense like this, obviously she's not doing much damage, but also her damage output is mostly with her missile attack, which this would not do very much to that as well. But yeah, lowering her speed is definitely a bit of a downside, especially when you've got the Bard Ithmar's Seed, but we didn't have that in the first battle. Anyway, guys, I think this situation here is solved. If we have a look at Marathi, she's beaten there. So be aggressive, send Alariel over here, and have Tyrion press the attack out this way as well. And you'll be done with Marathi really soon. Alright guys, that's the end of this one. Appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next time. Later guys.